Good day, everyone. Today, we will talk about who am I in the cyber world or digital self. When we say cyber world, kung may mga nga cyber, what comes up into your mind? Okay, let's discuss what is cyber first. Cyber refers to anything related to computers, technology, the internet, and digital communication. While kung maingon na po tag the cyber world, it is the digital world or the online environment where people communicate, learn, work, or play online games, share information using the internet and technology. It includes social media, online games, websites and apps, and digital platforms that connect people around the world. And in today's generation, almost all of us use the internet every day. We use social media, play online games, watch videos, and communicate with other people online. Because of this, we create what we call a digital identity or our identity in the cyber world. What do you usually do online? Kung nag-online mo, unsa ang yung usually jud nga ginabuhat? Para nako, kung mag-online ko, I use the internet for studying, entertainment, communicate with my family, friends, na-gaming ko, or social media. Every action we do online becomes part of our digital identity. Okay, let's proceed to the introduction. First, I read. Today, the internet plays an important role in our daily lives. People use it for research, communication, business, and entertainment. However, individuals often present themselves differently online compared to real life. In cyberspace, people create an online identity that may or may not reflect their real identity. Understanding our digital self help us become more responsible and mindful internet users. Okay, today the internet has become an important part of our everyday life. Almost everything we do is connected to the online world. People use the internet for research, communication, business, entertainment, and even education. Kaming mga student nag-use na og Google and online platforms to study, while others use social media like Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram to connect with friends and family. Because of technology, mas dali na karon ang atong pag-communicate ug pag-access sa mga information bisan asa pata mo adto. However, people often act differently online compared to real life. In the cyber world, individuals can create their own digital self or online identity. Ang uban, mahimong confident kayo siya sa online, pero hilumon dahil kayo siya in her real life or in his personal. Others post only the happy moments of their life para nice tanawon ang ilang profile. Bisan naaday sila ilang own na problems in her real life. This means that the personality we show online may not always reflect who we truly are in real life. Understanding our digital self is very important because what we post, share, or comment online can affect our reputation and relationship with others. Dili tanang butang kinahanglan nga ato jung i-post sa social media. Because once something is online, once something nga na-post na mo social media, lisod na kayo ni siya i-delete kung nakuha na sa uban. We should learn to become responsible and mindful internet users by thinking carefully before posting, respecting others online, and using the internet in a positive way. And this way, we can build a good digital identity and create a safer and more respectful cyber world for everyone. Next is digital self. Digital self refers to an individual's online identity and presence formed through digital technologies and online activities. So, ang digital self is a person online identity or presence created through the use of digital technologies such as social media, websites, games, and other online platforms. It is how people present themselves on the internet through their posts, pictures, comments, videos, profiles, and online activities. So what is the difference between cyber world and digital self? Unsa bitaw kalainan sa cyber world o digital self? The cyber world is the online environment or space where people interact using the internet, social media, games, website, and other technologies. In short, mauni ang online world. While the digital self is the identity or image of a person online. Mauni ang way sa pagpakita nato sa atong self sa internet through posts, photos, comments, profiles, and messages. Okay, let's proceed to the sincerity and authenticity. Sincerity refers to the exposure in public of what one feels privately. So, ang sincerity is showing in public what you truly feel in private. Private. Wala kay pag-pretend o pagka-plastic dira. You are honest about your emotions and you express them openly. For example, if you feel sad because you failed an exam and someone asks you how you feel, you honestly say, I feel sad because I didn't fast. You didn't pretend to be okay when you're not. That is sincerity. Authenticity. Authentic person is one who takes action based on some internal standard and takes responsibility for this freely chosen action. So, ang authenticity is being true to yourself and making decisions based on your own values or internal belief nimo. You act according to what you believe is right and you accept responsibility for your actions. For example is, imo mga friends is nag-invite ni mo or ni kuan kanila nga mo skip o class. But you believe attending class is important. You choose to go to school even if they tease you. You don't follow others blindly. You follow your own principle. That is authenticity. Let's proceed to the characteristic of digital self. First is oriented inward. Ang oriented inward toward the world of thoughts and feelings because others cannot see the online user's overt attribute. So, ang oriented inward, this means that online people usually show more of their thoughts, feelings, opinions, and emotion kaysa sa ilang physical appearance or action. Since dili man ta makita sa personally sa internet, mas focus ang mga tawo sa unsa ang ilang gihinauna ug debate. For example is, naay student nga hilumon kayo sa classroom, pero active kayo siya sa social media. Kay sa online magud mapagawas niya ang iyang feelings through post niya, shared quotes, or stories. So, even if quiet siya sa iyang real life, sa online, people can know what she feels inside. Next is retractable. Others are unable to link the online self claims to the offline identities. So, ang retractable is people online can hide or separate their real identity from their online identity. Dili dayon makaila ang uban kung kinsa gyud sila in real life because they can use fake names, dummy accounts, or kanang mga avatars. For example is, ako nag-use ko og username na ko nga Dark Chirilin 123 ana instead of my real name. So people online may not know kung kinsa gyud ko personally or unsa gyud ang tinuna ko nga identity sa offline. Next is narrative in nature. Online users will only come to know the person primarily through what that person tells them. So, ang narrative in nature is, um, narrative in nature, online people know based on what you share or tell about yourself. Ang image sa usa ka tawo online, mabuo lang na siya pinagi sa imong mga post, captions, imong mga comments, imong mga videos o mga stories. For example, if a person always post travel pictures and happy moments, people may think na happy and adventurous siya. Pero possible po nga naa siya mga kaugalingon niya nga struggles nga wala niya gina-post sa iyang social media account. Next is multipliable. People can interact with one another in different domains of the online world at and relatively the same time. Multipliable, this means nga ang person can interact in many online platforms or worlds at the same time. Pwede ka mahimong different versions of yourself depende sa imong nga platform or group na imo nga gi-apilan. For example is sa Facebook, naman dito yung mga family, na dito yung mga friends. So, formal kayo ang imong mga posts.
Good evening, sir. I'm Naglal Kaliwa and I am the group 7. So today I'll continue to discuss about the basic kinds of people you interact in online. So first is we have a people you don't know at all. So this is the strangers on the internet. So for example, someone who comments on your post but you've never met him or talked to before. So muna siya number 1, people you don't know at all. And we have number 2 is people you know both online and offline. So these are the people that you know them in real life and you also chat with them. So for example, your classmates, families, friends, and etc. nga imuhang kaila sa online o sa offline, or either the in real life. And next is we have people you know online. So these people is you only talk to them in online but you've never met them in person. So for example, a gaming friend. You meet a gaming friend or someone that you've met in group chat. Someone na shy people you only know in online. Mga tawo nga dili pa nimo sila kaila in real life. Next is we have selective self. Selective self presentation and impression management behavior intended to create, modify, or maintain an impression of ourselves in the mind of others. So this selective self is you only choose what to show about yourself in online. Kanang ginapili lang nimo from the word selective self. And for example, posting only your happy moments but not your problems. So that's the selective self. And next is we have impression management, the second. Impression management is the attempt to control or influence any other people's presentation. So this is trying to control on how others see you. For example, posting your nice photos or beautiful pictures so that people will think that you are confident and happy in your life. And next is we have the instrumental. Instrumental, this motivate is basically gain rewards and increase one's self-esteem. So this instrumental is you act a certain way to get something or that you feel better about yourself. So for example of this instrumental is posting your achievements to get likes or compliments from other people. And, and lastly is we have expressive. This expressive is motivation is about attempting to be in control of personal behavior and identity. So this expressive is you show your true feelings and personality in online kung unsa lang jud ka. For example, sharing your thoughts. We have notes on for yes, we have a notes on our messenger. So we can share our thoughts, our opinions, our hobbies in online. 'Di ba? Pwede na ta maka-share bisag dili na mag-post through katong post jud that we can share our thoughts through the notes sa messenger. And next is we have impression management strategies. So this impression management strategies is we have a self promotion. So self promotion is you show your skills or achievements so people will admire you kanang maganahan pud nimo. And for example, posting your awards sa imuhang mga nadaugan sa imong giapilan nga contest or your high grades in online. So mo na siya self promotion. And we have integration. We have ingredation. Ingredation is being nice to others so they will like you. Mo na siya ingredation. And for example, you always complimenting your friends in online sa ilang mga post nga mga pictures or mga messages or whatsoever nga ma-compliment nimo ang imuhang mga friends. So next is we have amplifications. If we have invitation is and we have also amplifications too. So amplifications is like acting like a good or acting like a good or you are a responsible person. So for example of this is posting about you to helping others or doing a charity work. For example, kuan sad ka sa inyong barangays or inyong community kanang gaapil ka og mga iyanang charity sa mga tabang-tabaong panglimpyo diri sa dira sa inyong nga inyong nga barangays or community. Next is we have intimidation. This intimidation is trying to make others afraid you or respect you. So for example of this is posting your posting something threats or acting like you are very strict para walay mo disrespect nimo or mahadlok ang mga tao sa imuha nga kontrahon ka. So mo na siya intimidation. And last is we have some supplication. So this supplication is acting weak or helpless to get sympathy or help. Mo na siya kanang gain ka o comfort. Kaning supplication is gain ka og comfort ani sa others. So for example, posting messages so people will people will comfort you. If mag-post ka kung unsa imong mo na feel, if mag-post ka something nga naguol ka or something nga kanang naakagikalairan ing ana, so people will mo chat nimo, mo kanang mo communicate nimo para sa ing ana nga issue. So mo na siya simplification. And next is we have lastly, this is a hyper personal model. So this theory suggested that the advantages of computer mediated communication is that a person can edit his or her self presentation, which in turn positively impacts impression on the self. So there is a hyper personal model is people can carefully edit how they presented themselves in online to create a good impression or to create a good image or to impress others. So from the words impacts impression on the self. So mo na siya hyper personal model kanang magbutang pud ka og filter, magbutang ka og unsa pa imong ibutang diha nga mga anik basta mo na siya. Then for example, posting only your beautiful pictures and positive moments in life so that others will think that your life is perfect and your life is better. Maora ni akong report, and thank you.
So next are the symptoms of lack on internet connection. So mao ni siya ato ma-feel kung wala tay internet connection or kanang mawagtangan ta or kanang hinay ato ang internet connection. First is anxiety. So kung example kay di ba naanad naman ta nga kanang always lang ta online kana. So if ever nga kanang hinay ato ang internet connection, so magka-feel ta og anxiety or kanang ato ang mind is kanang magsigit og hunahuna og kanang mga worst scenarios or mga worst case scenarios. Like example ani is kanang ka-chat kam sa imo uyab, then suddenly nawagtangan og internet, so naghuna-huna na ka nga kanang nag-reply na ba to siya or naka-reply na ba siya or unsa iya reply or kanang what if nag-chat to siya sa lain kay dugay kay ka naka-reply, charot. So next is restlessness or pagka walay pahulay. Next is irritability or irritable na ka kay hinay kayo ang connection kay naanad naman ka nga kanang igakuan mo scroll dayon, so sige kag kuan sa imong nga cellphone, loading kaayo, so lagot na ka, insomnia, dili na kataro og tulog kay nagsige na lagi kag huna, and then headaches, nagsakit na lang imong ulo, so sige paabot kay loading kaayo. And then poor concentration, dili nakaka-concentrate kung sa imong ginabuhat. And then depression na depress na ka, wala na nawagtangan na ka sa, or wala na ka sa mood maglihok-lihok. Social isolation or kanang feel nimo is behind na kay ka or kanang out of place na kay ka. Like example is kuan na kayo muna, enjoy na kayo sa GC, kuan na kayo nyo hanga topic, and then suddenly nawagtangan kag internet connection, and then pag balik nimo is wa na unsa na to ila topic, wala na kakibaw unsa to ila topic, so feel nimo is out of place na kayo ka. So mao na siya to mga symptoms on lack of internet connection. And then next is the difference between the private versus public self. So, when you say private self, the prevalent definition among social psychologists is private refers to mental events in a person that are inherently unobservable by others, or kanang private or kanang dili ka ganahan nga kanang makita sa uban. Imong profile picture is imong private, so dili ka ganahan nga madaghan kaayo mga kanang like di ka ganahan nga na ay daghan nga tawo nga makakita sa imong nga kuan nga profile, ganahan ka nga i-public lang, private. So then ang sa public naman niya is what social psychologists consider as public are behavior that are open to observation of others, or kaning ang public na pudya is kanang example imong profile is imong siya i-public, so bisag kinsa ra ang pwede mo comment ato, or katong imuha nga mga videos nga kanang ganahan ka nga i-share sa uban, or kanang ganahan ka nga nay mag-comments nang okay ra sa mga open for comments ba kana. So mo na siyang public. So ang private is katong limited na siyang private, and then ang public is katong open for all na siya. And then next is possible advantages of making your online profile public. So mao na siya ang mga advantage na pod kung i-public imuha nga. So these are the possible advantages of making your online profile public. So daghan kayo advantage kung ang imuha profile picture is imuha i-public. It facilitates open communication that could lead to better and faster information discovery and delivery. So kung public imong profile is open siya sa mga kanang example, kanang daghan kay kag makita nga mga information sa imong news feed, or kanang kuan pud ka kanang nang sa tawag ni kanang pas-pas ra pud ang imuha nga pag-deliver og mga information. Like for example, naa kay upcoming events. So i-post ra nimo, daghan na dayon makahibaw na dayon ang mga tao nga naa day kay upcoming events. And then faster information po discovery, like for example sa kanang mga nahitabo karon sa surroundings, no? So aware na ka kung sa nahitabo sa surroundings. It's because public man imong profile. So na ay mga information nga makita ra sa imong newsfeed. And then it allows open discussion on ideas and the posting of news, asking of questions, and sharing of links. So kung kuan pud imong profile, kung public pud imong profile is kanang naay tendency nga pwede ka maka-share og kanang mga links, or kanang imuha mga or nakay nakita nga information is imuha na siya i-share, no? And then open for po siya, asking questions, no? Kanang maka-comments ka dito sa mga post sa iba, ug ang iba pud nga tao is pwede pud maka-comment sa imuha nga gi-post. And then next is it targets a wide audience, making it a useful and effective tool to increase your network of friends. So dili lang kay sa silingan ra imuha mga friends ana, no? So ang imuha ani is wide imo audience, daghan kaayo globally, no? Kuan na siya kanang imuha kung public imuha profile is naay mga tendency nga naa kay ma-friends sa mga ma-friends nga lain pud nga mga tawo, or kanang mga tawo sa mga lagyong lugar. It provides an opportunity to widen business contacts na maupod ni siya, isa po ni siya sa advantage, no, kanang mga opportunity. Kung example, kung business owner ka, na ay mga daghan opportunity, no. And then if you are an entrepreneur, it provides business reputation and client base with minimal use of advertising. So kung public pud imong profile, nindot kay ni siya kung kuan kay entrepreneur ka, kay ngano kanang kuan ra kayo nang pwede nimo i-advertise through online ang imuha nga business. So di lang kay ang imong mga silingan makahibaw nga naa kay business, kundi globally, worldwide, no, tanan nga daghan kayo nga tawo nga makabalo nga naa kay business or mga information about sa imong business. And then it helps expand market research, implement marketing campaigns, deliver communications, and direct interested people to specific websites. So, mao ni siya, kung kuan pud ka, example, business owner ka, pwede pud ka makabuhat og kanang page sa imuha nga business, kung sa diin, example, kung naa sila i-type lang nila is madritso na sila sa nang imuha nga page, no, or kanang example pud kung kanang pareha karon nga online naman gani kuros, no, like pareha sa Shopee, sa mga kuan ginakuan naman gani na nila kanang affiliate gani dali ra kaayo. So then butangan lang nimo links, is dito lang na sa mga customer ang link, madritso na siya ana nga website na para mag-order. So dali ra kaayo basta kuan imuha siya i-public imuha nga profile, daghan kayo opportunity. And that's all.
Good morning, sir. My name is Rinalyn Dijala, and I will continue my exam report in possible risk. It opens up the possibility for hackers to commit fraud and launch spam and virus attacks. So it means, if public imong account, dali na siyang ma-hit sa mga hackers kay. Of course, what if nag-post ka sa imong personal information? Ilahan na nga makitaan, ilahan na, dali nila nga ma-hack ang imong account. Then next, it increases the risk of people falling prey to online scams that seem genuine, resulting in data or identity theft. So, for example, ali is kanang nagani mang send sa imuha og mga link ngayon ana tas ang imong i-open, ang imo po isulat dito ang imong personal information. So, ila na makuha ang imong account, dili na nimo ma-open. Next, it potentially results in negative comments and bashing. And of course, kay public man ang imong account, if mag-post ka, daghan jud kay na siya nga makakita, and possibility nga daghan gugmang bashing mo samot na og dili sila ganan sa imong post or kana lang jud sa mga tawo nga hilabtanon. Ma-bash jud ka if public ang imong nga account. And next, disadvantage of private profile. Your network is very limited, thus you close your doors to opportunities that social networking bring. So if private ang imong nga profile, expected na gyud ka nga gamay ra jud ang maka-access sa imong account, kaya of course private man. So for example, na kay gi-post like artworks, products, ingon ana. So of course gamay ra jud ang imong nga ma-sale or gamay ra imong mga reactors kay private man imong account, wala kay maka-access nga, wala kay makita nga nag-post kag mga ingon ana. Ano siya, sir? Your engagement is very low. So of course, dili jud ka makataas og engagement ana samot magsugod ka og vlogs kay naka-private man. So possibilities, if naay ganahan nga mo support sa imuha or ma-follow sa imuha, mag-listen sila access sa imong account kay imuha man siyang gi-private. That's why gamay lang imuha nga engagement na makuha. You do not meet interesting people with whom you can exchange ideas or learn from. If you are an entrepreneur, a private profile will not help you grow your business. So of course, dili kadali nga ma-meet sa imuhang like for example na kay mga classmates or na kaila ka sa lain, then mo ganahan sila nga mo follow sa imo or matag-interact sa imo, pero dili sila maka kuan kay of course naka-private ka, limited ang mga tao nga maka-access sa imo nga account kay mo private. Samot na if entrepreneur ka, dapat jud mag-public ka if ingon anak ka kay o mag-private ka, gamay ra maka-access sa imo nga, then instead nga maka-learn ka from others, dili na lang kay naka-private man ang imuhang nga account. Next is individuality versus social identity. First is individual. Individual is a concept you develop about yourself that it evolves over the course of your life. This may include aspects of your life that you have no control over, such as where you grow up or the color of your skin, as well as choices you make in life, such as how you spend your time and what you believe in. So, individual means is you are a unique person because it focuses on your own thoughts, feelings, personality, beliefs, and experiences. So, ang individual is naka-focus na siya sa imong kaugalingon, imuha, the way ka mo make a decision, the way o sa imuha mga pagtuo, ingon ana mga personality ni mo mao na siya kuan sa individual. Like wala gani ka nag-base sa ubang tao. Imuha ra jud kaugalingon o sa nimo pagdala sa imong kaugalingon. Mao na siya sa individual. Then next, social. Social is a person's sense of who he or she is based on group membership. They asserted that the group to which they belong to were an important source of pride and self-esteem. So, ang social is lahi siya sa individual. Kay if ang individual is nag-base lang siya sa imuha, na wala siya na matter sa uban, well, ang social is naka-base siya sa uban. For example, you become more respectful because your parents taught you good manners. So, nahimo kang respetado, like ingon anak ka respetado sa uban kay gitudloan ka sa imong parents. The next is kuan. You start speaking confidently because your friends encourage you. So, na-confident ka because kay gi-encourage ka sa imong mga friends. So, mas kuan gani siya is kanang social is maka-improve ka tungod sa imuhang surroundings nga naa nimo, the way nga ma-influence ka sa ilaha, like ma-encourage ingon ana or tudloan ka amo na sa social. Ay balik. Next is nibalik ko siya sir. Skip. Gender and sexuality online. Children and young people who are in the process of forming their opinions and attitudes about norms and acceptable behavior, and also about sexuality, are most susceptible to the internet influence. The attitudes, conduct, and rules toward women. Men and the LGBTQ plus community are being strongly influenced by internet content. So, gender and sexuality online is nakoy example. Someone joined an online group that supports LGBTQ plus youth. They learn more about themselves and feel accepted. So, ang ingon ana daig is kanang the way ka mo express og unsa jud ka, like of course kanang pananglita na uban laki sila pero ang ilaha nga kuan personality nila is kanang bayot or ingon ana. So ganahan na sila nga i-respect sila or makita sila sa ubang tao og unsa sila para pod mas ma-confident sila sa ilaha nga kaugalingon. Second is a user posts about their identity and get supported from others. This helps build confidence and self-acceptance. Of course, if naay mo support nimo like kanang litan bayot ka or tomboy ka ingon ana, if supportahan ka, if dili ka i-bash, of course malipay jud ka yung makaingon jud kasi mo kaugalingon nga ay tsada kay di kuan ko nila, accept ko nila or dawat ko sa uban ingon ana, di para nang i-bash nimo ingon ana. Wala na